Alright, welcome to the third segment of our super replay of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. For this segment, I am joined by Bryan Vore.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. And we've been going through this at a pretty brisk pace so far. We're actually into the Dark World already, and that's where we're going to be picking up. How's your memory of this game, Bryan?
I kind of foggy. There's a lot of common stuff that happens in absolutely every Zelda game. Yeah, I was a huge fan of this. Played it a crap load, back in the SNES days. But it's been probably like 10 years since I've played through this game in its entirety.
Okay. In terms of, you probably played the majority of Zelda games, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Where would you personally put this one against the rest?
I don't know. Just for nostalgia's sake, this could be my favorite Zelda. I know a lot of people really like the Game Boy color version or the regular Game Boy version, but yeah, this I think this will always kind of be my favorite.
So overall, do you kind of prefer this more classic top-down look that, obviously the original, this one, and the Game Boy ones did? Or are you more like Ocarina, Twilight Princess?
Yeah, I'm more I do enjoy these kind of old school top-down things. Though, I played through Twilight Princess when it came out, and that was just a freaking awesome game. So I don't know, this may win just because of nostalgia's sake, but Twilight Princess was totally amazing.
Yeah, I've actually been curious to go back to Twilight Princess because the only time I played it was just in that initial fervor of, when the Wii first came out, and it was the first one that I really did a lot of motion with, and it was the first one everyone wanted to see, that realistic kind of Ocarina graphic style for a long time. And, obviously the trailer got shown and people cried and everything at E3. And so it was really cool to see that and really cool to have the novelty of motion. But I'd like to almost go back and just see how it's held up and just see, 4 years later now, how it is. Have you played it since launch?
No, I that was probably the first game I jumped in and played on Wii. It's probably gonna, now that, I guess, 720p and all that nice looking graphics were still pretty young back then, so you might have been able to give it a pass, but I wonder if even the 480p looks a little blurry these days and kind of looks a little rough. I don't know.
Yeah, and I remember being somewhat, not disappointed, not bored, but the wolf segments, I remember, didn't grab me quite as much as, running around as Link, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I appreciate the variety, I guess, but I know what you mean. It's not as... I did like running faster and not having to rely on some horse.
Yeah, that was nice.
What you just did here, you got some scuba flippers.
Yes, I just bought Zora's flippers for the hefty price of 500 rupees, and I think they're going to be necessary in this next dungeon. That's why I grabbed those beforehand. I think right when you start, you have to swim. And I'm also going to go in here where there is a ferry, and there's a couple things you can throw in here. I can just throw in my standard boomerang, and I will get the magic boomerang in return. And
is this just pretty much the upgrade pool?
Basically, yeah. I remember as a kid just throwing every damn item I have. Just spent an hour just throwing everything in. Because you kind of have to walk back and forth before she'll accept you again. And I threw every single thing I had in there. You throw a bottle in, it'll come back filled up with something.
I hope it's something that... Oh, sorry.
So yeah, basically, anywho... There's my magic shield that can defend against fireballs.
So shield, boomerang, anything else that you get, any other bonuses you get from this lady?
Bottles you can fill up with magic, but I never really needed to do that very often, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. There's another one later near the end of the game, a really obese fairy, and if you go to her, you can actually upgrade your sword and a couple other things. That's not where you get the mirror shield, but I don't know. We'll get there eventually. And right now, I'm going to go try to get my third bottle before we start here.
No, that is so handy when you can finally swim and not like.
Oh yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
I can't swim. Oh.
Yeah. I actually have to get underneath that bridge, so I'm probably gonna have to take another approach here. Now, I always thought it was weird. I pointed this out with Ryckert, but these guys here would shock you if you hit them with your sword. But for some reason, if you sprinkle magic powder on them, they turn into these weird Groucho Marx guys. They look like hot dogs, and they still shock you, so it gives you no benefit whatsoever. It's just this goofy little Easter egg, I guess.
That's awesome. I don't think I ever did that.
Yeah, that was another thing that I always did. It's just I tried sprinkled magic powder on everything, and like bushes there, like you saw, I just made it go away. I don't think it'll do anything to these guys, but yeah, certain things it would have weird effects. So I just spent hours walking around testing everything I could.
Kind of like in the first game where you just burn every single bush.
Yep.
Just for that hope that there would be a secret dungeon or.
Yeah, and you can only use one per screen, so it's like you would try one of the 45 bushes on screen, and then have to leave the screen, come back, remember which one you did, and do a different one.
Well, until you get the red candle, and then you're all set.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you
yeah.
can go nuts.
That's the blue one that's limited, right?
The blue one sucks.
All right, I'm trying to think. I don't.
That's one thing that didn't really carry forward very much.
The really, candle stuff.
The candle, the burning, and
not so much.
The Braum kind of took the glory on that one.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. I know I can get to this underneath the bridge if I go to the Dark World and come back. Okay, I can probably do it this way. Kill that little guy.
Was this one of the first games to kind of do the light and dark world little trick?
Yeah, like the original one was all kind of the same overworld map. You're not going in and out of time or worlds or anything. This one, it's got a, it's the same map, but everything's kind of changed around when you go to the Dark World. And then Ocarina did, obviously a similar thing when it had Young and Old Link.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like Young Link and Ocarina was a prologue of sorts, and in this one, the Light World's the prologue, and you go in and out just like you did in Ocarina.
Okay, I mean, now it's kind of seen as kind of like a trick to be able to reuse the same graphics, tinted darker, and all the same maps, and like maybe change the location of a door and kind of be a pain in the butt. But it was pretty innovative the time this came out, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'd never seen anything like it, but I was also 7 years old, so there was plenty of things I hadn't seen.
Have you tried mustard yet?
I have not tried mustard to this day. I have not tried mustard. So, yeah, at 25, almost 26, there's still plenty of things I think I haven't seen or tasted.
So why do all the rocks have an 8 on them?
I brought that up. I thought they looked like 8 balls.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and they kind of do. I don't know. I don't know if that's ever been answered. It's pretty much only in this one. It's not like that's a Hyrule thing or anything. It's just this game.
That's kind of strange.
Oh, and this guy sucks. Okay, everyone knows the like, so they steal your shield. This guy does the same thing, but he's got this extendo tongue that will just take it right off your person.
And that's after you already went to the ferry and went through all that crap?
Yep. So you got to stay away from those guys.
So you're telling me a little bit before you got the Master Sword last time?
Yes, we got the blue one here. It's the Master Sword, and you can shoot your laser magic sword thing once you get full hearts. But actually, right here is a good point. This is a good example of how you can do things in the Light World that will affect the Dark World. Because you see, we got this whole lake thing here. If we go in here and we drain it, that's going to allow us entry into the Dark World. And also, sprinkle some magic powder on this guy. Get him. Got a fairy.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
This is crazy. I'd never sprinkled magic powder unless it was like legally required to progress.
I love how these rooms too. It's just one switch does exactly what you need, and the other is just horrible, unnecessary death. Like this one's a bunch of bombs from the ceiling. Great, awesome.
Oh, that's evil.
Who would do that?
50-50 shot.
So now that's drained, and my little portal I left behind, I can go into.
Now, if you wanted to, you could catch that fish, right, and put it in a jar for some reason?
You can't put the fish in a jar like you could in Ocarina, but you can carry him to a merchant who kind of pays top dollar for fish.
Nice.
But it's kind of far away, and you don't really want to be carrying a fish all the way across the map, so I never did that too much.
You don't think the viewers would like to watch you carry a fish around all the way back to the merchant?
I've been skipping some stuff just so our super replay isn't like 18 hours long. So I think the fish is lower on the priority list than the dungeons.
You know, it just seems kind of strange, going back to the sword, that you would get the Master Sword so early in the game.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how Ocarina worked, isn't it? Like, you get the 3 pendants, or they weren't pendants, they were the things you had to use in the church, or the Temple of Time. And then, remember, it opens up, and then you get the Master Sword, and that's what takes you into Adult Link territory, is pulling the Master Sword out. So, it's actually really comparable to Ocarina in terms of when you get the sword.
Well, I mean, this is before Ocarina. I mean, the first game, the Master Sword was the ultimate weapon. And, you know, that's why it's named the Master Sword.
Well, you can upgrade the Master Sword twice in this one. You get the red one, and then you get the yellow one. And it's kind of cool each time, like, they add just a little tweak to the sound effect just to make it sound a little more just formidable. It's very, very subtle. I don't even know if you'll be able to pick up on it on this recording, but I always thought it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yep. I am hurting in terms of hearts right here. I've got the volume down kind of low, but I'm pretty sure it's doing the annoying beeping right now.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. That's the one thing I can hear.
Let's see, so we got that, and I believe we can bomb this wall. Ryder and I got a little bit stuck last time in the last dungeon. Like, I've beat this game, I estimate, 25, 30 times, and every once in a while I'll still get just completely stuck on a dungeon. These Dark World ones especially.
Yeah, when you have to run around between a bunch of different rooms and, you know, you gotta tweak one thing here and then run back to the other thing. And, yeah, I can. So if you didn't just play it, you know.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget.
I've done a pretty good job of, throughout the years, I try to beat this game at least like twice a year.
Really?
Oh yeah, like I really have played the hell out of this game.
So this is your favorite?
This is my favorite game of all time. Like, not just favorite Zelda game. Like, this is my favorite game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, out of anything I've ever played. It just beats out Rogue Warrior.
I was like,
yeah.
I don't remember when that. Oh yeah, that's that one.
yeah, that's Mickey Rourke.
That just came out. Yeah.
Which that game is awesome for all the wrong reasons.
I really gotta check that out. Maybe that could be the next Super Replay.
Oh jeez, it would take 2 segments if we're going an hour each. Because I
have to turn the volume completely off because it's all inappropriate talk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Replay After Dark. It's so awesome though. It's just so filthy, and Mickey Rourke's just he's not terrible. He's a great actor, but just the lines
he's given
miserable. Let's turn this Super Replay of Link to the Past just into talking about Rogue Warrior for an hour.
So you need to get a giant key for the suitably giant chest, right?
Yes, that novelty giant chest, and I don't think
God, I hate those skeletons.
Oh yeah, they're jerks. And these guys suck too, because you hit them, but if you do it at the wrong time, they're going to be electric, and oh, that actually worked out all right. All right.
Yeah, that seemed like a real pain.
So now we should be able to get past this stuff. Music's so good in this.
So you pull it up and listen to it on YouTube like Tim Turry?
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Reiner about that, and it's just, I love video game music, and, you know, I totally get the nostalgia thing with this, and I hear this music, and it's great, but with me, it's kind of got to be in context, you know? I like hearing this when I'm in a Zelda dungeon. I don't drive around in my car and listen to this, or, you know, put it on when I go to bed, or whatever he does.
The Sonic pajamas?
Yeah, I'm sure. I wouldn't be at all surprised. I hope he listens to this one.
Oh, this will be great.
It is amazing, though, because every time I look over at his desk, he's always got some YouTube window open. Or, you know, it's like a tab, and I can tell he's listening to it, and I'll see the tab say, like, Sonic and Knuckles, like, Mushroom Hill Zone 3. It's like, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, he sent me some music from Mega Man Zero.
Oh, he sent me
collection.
that, too. Yep, he sent me that one. Told me it was like Doom music.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's nothing you can get me, you know, no way you can get me to listen to this more than 10 seconds.
Oh, no. Like, in the context of a game, I totally get it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded just fine, but... Wow. Yeah. Oh, I remember these. Yeah, that was cool.
Yep. And, oh, jeez, that's what I was worried about.
That was the wrong way to go, it seems like.
Wait, do I even want to go over there if those things were down? Oh, well, we'll just go for the treasure chest and see what happens. The thing is, there's like 12 dungeons in this game, and so it doesn't matter if I played this game 30 times. Like, I'm not going to remember every single room.
So, is there any other games that you play more than once a year, or even once a year?
Nothing on the level of this.
Okay.
In terms of sheer hours played, I had a good probably 4 or 5 year run where I played the original Soul Calibur for Dreamcast like for at least an hour or two a day. Like
Oh, wow.
Yeah, by the end I'd put like 450 hours into Soul Calibur.
Didn't you have some kind of battery mix-up?
Yeah,
on that?
That was a traumatic moment of my life.
How did, what's the story behind that one?
I wrote that whole blog about how I'm just so crazy OCD about wanting my hours played count to be accurate, and I had put like some crazy amount of hours into Soul Calibur. I think it was like 220 or something like that, and my VMU just died on me. And this was just pretty much the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And so,
were you like that kid on that WoW video that goes into his room and starts punching his pillow?
No, never like that. I was a fixer. I got that problem taken care of by leaving my Dreamcast on for 220 hours to make sure. And sure enough, it was accurate by the end. I made damn sure that was going to be accurate.
So were your parents just like, geez, the electric bill went up by $1,000 this month?
I don't think they noticed. I do remember on that note, though, as a kid, I had rented Mega Man 1 or 2. It was one of the early ones. I was real little. And I may be wrong here. Like, I don't know if that weird Mega Man password system took a few installments to come into play, or if I was just stupid and didn't realize it was there. But I thought that I needed to leave it on. Like, I had beat like 4 of the Robot Masters, and I was so happy about it, but like I remember I had to go like 10 to our garage sale or something weird. And I came up later that day, and my mom had turned the Nintendo off. And I had absolutely, no save. There's no save, and I didn't write down the password, even if it was possible. So, oh my God, hated that so much. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mega Man 1 had no password. I think 2 started bringing the password into the business.
It was probably 1 then that I played, and because even as a little kid, I'd like to think I'd know how to type in a password, but who knows?
I wonder if Tim is listening to the password music right now.
He probably is. He probably is. He was having me listen to some song a couple weeks ago. It was called like "So Sexy Robotnik" or something. Like, where do you find this stuff?
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I can go actually I have the big key now, so I can actually go get that item.
Yeah, Robotnik certainly has a rockin' bod.
Yeah, that's what he's
known for. Yeah.
If you ever want to get Tim's goat, just refer to him as Dr. Eggman instead of Dr. Robotnik. Oh, Tim was not pleased with Sega for that little move.
Oh, I am doing that the next opportunity I get.
Act surprised, like, if Tim brings up Robotnik, just act like you've never even heard that name. Like, what? No, they never called him that.
No, that doesn't exist.
Dr. Eggman's Mean Bean Machine? I remember playing that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this game was right around it shouldn't be much of a surprise that I was kind of a huge dork when I was a kid. And at some point around this...
Oh, hookshot.
Yes, this thing is so great. But at some point right around the 7-8-year-old age range, I had Super Nintendo and Sega, and I like playing games a lot, and I decided I wanted to do a 24-hour straight gaming marathon. So I guess my hours obsession came pretty damn early. So I wrote down 24 Genesis and Super Nintendo games that I had, and I wanted to play each one of them for an hour. And I actually made a giant like pinwheel thing, and I had a little section of the pie for each game. And so I'd spin it and be like, all right, well, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 2 for an hour. And then afterwards, I'd like grab a bag of chips and then spin it again and be like, all right, playing Link to the Past for an hour. Playing NBA Jam. And I did it for 24 hours straight.
All by yourself.
Yeah. Crying. I was crying like the entire time. Just tears.
Where,
Oh, I didn't even realize I was that low on health.
Oh, yeah, that's the disadvantage of not being able to hear the beep.
Got the fairy, though.
Oh, that's good that you turned that enemy into a fairy.
Yes, well, let's get some more, too. Anyway, what were you saying?
Where's, Mom and Dad? Do they, no one noticed that you just, like, weren't coming to dinner or go using the bathroom?
I had informed my mom that I would be doing this, so she was aware of it. She didn't understand it at all, but I did it. It's great because my dad at that age is always telling me like, hey, why don't you go, you know, we got a basketball goal right here. Why don't you go shoot some hoops or let's go do this athletic thing. Like, I'm like, no, I want to do this. And then now that I got this job, it's like I bring it up all the time with my dad. Be like, oh, so who was right back then? Should have been playing video games, huh?
If only I would have played more video games. Maybe I would have gotten this job sooner.
All right, so now...
Yeah, that's. I think anytime anyone gets a job in the gaming business, that is the first conversation they have.
Yeah, rub it into your parents.
So, Mom and Dad, guess what?
Never get paid for playing video games. Well, yeah, I do.
Oh, seem to remember a conversation. Oh, man.
And I still can't shoot a free throw.
Yeah, didn't you recently claim to be a basketball expert in some forums?
That's a different thing. I didn't say basketball expert. I said I enjoyed the occasional game of basketball or baseball. We're really confusing
like
our listeners right now.
NBA Jam probably, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's like most of my sports knowledge is actually from like mid-90s like games. So basically, NBA roster from like 94, 95. I know pretty well because of NBA Jam, or at least 2 players per team. I know.
Oh. Yeah, so do announcers actually say boom shakalaka?
I don't believe they do, no.
No, not in real life. Okay.
Actually, once this new NBA Jam for the Wii comes out, I might actually get a refresher.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I hope they pull it off. I mean,
it looks like they're going about it the right way. Like, they're not reinventing the wheel. I mean, it looks like they're pretty much just taking the control methods that worked and everyone loved and just adding new characters, some hilarious-looking new graphics. Holy crap, their faces look really funny in this one.
Oh, God, they're big dumb heads.
Oh, yeah, awesome. So awesome. So happy about that. But, yeah, I will be buying that one on day one.
You gotta wonder, though, like, you know, I think a lot of people would play that on Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, I'd actually prefer it that way. I'd prefer it as like a downloadable, you know, XBLA or PSN game.
And they could still charge a decent amount for it.
I'd pay I'd pay $20 for that.
Yeah, easily.
But yeah, I'd rather play with just a controller. I mean, that's if they're going for the nostalgia thing with NBA Jam. We didn't play it by waggling a Wiimote. We played it with the Genesis controller or an arcade stick or, you know, Super Nintendo. So I'd kind of prefer it that way, but yeah, whatever.
What do you think kind of pre-order items there'll be on that thing? Like a headband, the wristband, the sweat stuff?
Yeah, you could hope.
Maybe if you collector's edition jersey.
Yeah, I don't know.
You really impress the ladies with that thing.
About to pre-order Red Dead Redemption tonight. I don't know if there's any pre-order bonuses on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love this boss fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. It's like, you think you get the new item in the dungeon and you think it's just to get around, but
nope.
Using it against the bosses in a totally different way is super smart.
Use it to pick these cheese curd popcorn, like Cheeto Puff things or whatever off of them. I don't know what they are.
Man, those are both delicious snacks. I don't know how you can fight this guy.
I don't know if they're as delicious when they're attached to some, like, water
giant eyeball
jellyfish beast. Oh, and that sound effect. They always explode into fireworks. Always love that. Yes.
Now, that was a full boss. That was not like a mini boss or anything.
That's it.
Alright, you made it look easy.
This one, this game wasn't too big on mini bosses. That kind of came about more with, like, Ocarina. There's a couple parts in this, like, later in the game, like, you gotta refight a couple bosses, but, it doesn't go crazy with it.
Yeah, I don't know if you talked about this already, but God, the look of this game holds up so much better than Ocarina.
Yeah,
it's just the standard sprite versus polygon.
Yeah, I think I was talking to Tim or Ryan or one of those guys about it, but it's like the 16-bit era, specifically like Super Nintendo, I think, it was so perfect for aging because NES has the nostalgia thing. It's like, oh yeah, I remember what this looks like, but it's still big blocky pixels. And then once you get into 32-bit, it's just crappy 3D. Like it has not aged well at all.
Instant.
Or 64. Here, 16, it just had that perfect look. The sprites were detailed, and it looks awesome. This game looks so good.
Oh man, yeah.
Check out this 3D crystal business going on here.
That is awesome. Kind of looks like a ring pop. Everything is based off of snacks. Actually, that happened in Super Mario World. All the worlds are based off of delicious foods.
What are the donut plains? What are the other ones? There's chocolate. There's something chocolate. Not chocolate forest.
Chocolate Mountain?
Cookie Mountain.
Cookie Mountain.
It's one of those. I know it's definitely one of those. One of them's like Butter Bridge. Like,
oh, man. I could really go for some butter right now.
Big bowl of butter. But there was the, what else? The Forest of Illusion. That's not a food.
That's true.
Yep. But yeah, there was a lot of food-based stuff going on there.
So for the Dark World, they just replaced the standard soldier heads with pig faces.
Yeah, they kind of, there's a little bit of reskinning going on, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, really.
I think when you sprinkled stuff on that, when you got the Groucho Marx electric cactus. Now, did you ever? I'm sure you got the 96 star in Super Mario World, right?
96 star Mario World. Wait, was there 96 levels? Is that it?
Yeah, 96, and then the star was like for any like little extra. Like,
okay.
2 or 3 ways to beat stages.
Yeah. No, I did beat Mario World like 100%.
And then all the Koopas have those dumb Mario heads.
Like
those masks over their heads.
After you beat it, like everything's kind of weirdly tinted.
Yeah, everything's a little strange.
Yep.
All the Koopas have the Mario heads, and they're wearing like those like undershirts and boxers.
Yeah, I always remember thinking that was really weird.
Was there anything like that in Link to the Past? Any kind of changes that switch over after you beat it?
Nothing like that, no. I don't believe so. Also, earlier you said Groucho Marx Electric Cactus. I'm willing to bet that's some sort of indie rock band. That has to be the name of an indie rock band.
I think I'm going to steal that for my next rock band name.
Nice. So now I need to go up to the Lost Woods, but I think it'd probably be quicker if I just did this. So yeah, we're moving along pretty quickly here.
Is this the first appearance of the hookshot, or was it Game Boy Link?
Now, I was wondering that myself. I don't remember if Link's Awakening was before or after Link to the Past. I almost think it was after.
I think it was after.
So if that's the case, then this would definitely be the first time it showed up. I'm going to do something here. I think, if you can see by the map here, I'm not in the Dark World. But you're kind of supposed to go up to the Lost Woods first, but I'm going to go to a place, it's a dungeon right here. I'm going to do this next, if it'll allow me to. I think you get a little backstory here. Yeah, he talks about how he used to be a hideout for a gang of thieves. Leader's name was Blind. He hates bright light. That comes into play once we actually go into the dungeon. And Blind is the final boss. Let me go down here. I know there's...
Good thing you talked to that nerd bomber before going down here.
Yeah.
You see those glasses?
Let's see what we got here. I think it might be a hard piece. Yes. Don't really need rupees that much, so I'm gonna ignore.
Has the 4 pieces to piece of heart been a standard, or it seems like they've gotten more ridiculous? Like you have to have like 8 pieces now, or
I think for hard pieces it stayed the same. We were talking about how the Triforce kind of changes. Like the Triforce will have like 8 pieces in one, and then 3 in the next. So I don't know. Okay, I think there should be a portal to the Dark World somewhere around here.
You already beat the crap out of those chickens.
We haven't done that yet. We should probably show people what happens. Just on the off chance someone's watching this that has never played the game, or any Zelda game, basically. If you just torture these chickens long enough, this happens.
Come on.
I think there's actually slowdown once they come on screen. Wow, it takes quite a few hits here.
It's so fun, though.
There we go.
There we go.
Yep. Oh, it's terrifying. This is still terrifying. Oh my god, get me in that cave right now. Okay. 25 years old and that still terrifies me.
They will tear off your skin.
Let's go, there's a little secret down here. Might be, I never hear anyone talk about the secret, but it's pretty important if you use a lot of magic. Go up here. There's this thing, and like I did with everything else, first thing you do is sprinkle powder on it. Weird little bat guy jumps out.
Okay.
And he says he's going to get revenge on you, and then he does this thing, and you get this 1/2 up here on your magic meter once he's done. And he says, your magic power will drop by 1/2. And I remember freaking out when this happened, being like, oh no, like, how do I fix this? And like, I couldn't find any way to fix it. But as you play more, you kind of realize that it's actually anything you use that takes up magic takes up half as much, like juice or whatever. So it's a really good thing.
Yeah.
But it's phrased to like kind of freak you out, I think.
Yeah, like the bat is there to, he's like, screw you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it turns out being really good.
Yep.
So what all uses magic besides power? Or the powder, I mean.
The ice rod. Let me see what other items I have right now that would do it. That's not the button. Right now it'd just be the ice rod, the lantern, the magic powder itself. That's it for now. But yeah, you get the fire rod and you get 2 magical canes later on that also take up your power. Right now, see, I want to be in the Dark World version of this, so I think there's a portal up here in the woods. Try that out.
So, when you were playing this as a kid, did you try to find every single secret yourself? Or were there any, I mean, there weren't really guides as much. There
was, and actually, I got this one Christmas, and I played it religiously, just nonstop, and it took me almost a whole year to beat it. And then I wanted to go back and get every single heart piece, and there was a few that I had missed and a few secrets I didn't know about. And so I got the guide for the next Christmas. And there's actually a hilarious picture of me, I think it's on Facebook, of me freaking out when I open up that strategy guide. Like, I just wide open mouth, just way excited about it.
All right, I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll
Maybe
send
we
it
could stream that screen in for a split second on the video when this comes back around.
I could probably do that. I could probably do that. So,
video wizardry.
So yeah, you people watching might be seeing that right now in the corner of your screen. I guess now I have to do it because I just said that.
Yeah, now it's locked in.
I'd look like a fool if I didn't show it now. Actually, I'm going to look like a fool anyways. I think I'm wearing a ridiculous purple shirt in the picture. I was 9, give me a break. What's that?
Were you wearing Zubas that day?
I don't think I was wearing Zubas.
Those were a comfortable pant.
I think I had some Kansas City Chiefs Zubas, though.
Oh, of course you did.
And starter jacket. I mean, I think you had to have that.
Yeah, I had San Jose Sharks, even though I was so far away from California in any way. Midwest. I think that was the coolest starter jacket, though, because it had a shark biting a hockey stick in half.
Yeah, sounds like a winner to me.
I mean, what else are you going to have on those things?
We get these grotesque, like, sickly chickens now.
Oh, my God.
We are in the Dark World now. I could go up top and... Wait, no, I'm sad. Could go up top and go to the Lost Woods one right now, but I'm going to see... I might actually be able to get my upgraded sword right now, which would help me quite a bit. And the dungeon is going to be in here. Wait, that's closed. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. It's right next to it is where it's going to be. But I'm going to try to get the sword right now.
So in addition to magic powder sprinkling, did you do the sword ram into absolutely every tree?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, these here, usually these ones with eyes don't do anything. Usually that's just the light world. What these ones with eyes do is they spit bombs at you for some reason. And then tell you, like, old man stories. Let me talk to you for a while.
No.
Oh, God, Grandpa. No, I've heard this one.
No, just go back to the bombs, please. I'd much rather get blown up than listen to that.
I don't remember if there's anything of note in here. It's probably just some parlor game. Nope. Alright, so I can't get the sword until I get the Titan's Mitt, but I will get the Titan's Mitt in this dungeon. So we are going to go right there. Yep, it'll be right in here. I think you just pull on this pitchfork, and you're in. This one gets really confusing. I don't have the map yet, but it's 4 gigantic rooms like this with these little lizard mohawk guys running around. And there's, an upper level and a lower level. And, didn't take long to get the map.
All right.
So yeah, you can see those huge 4 rooms there. And sometimes I can get through this in like 2 minutes. Sometimes it takes me like 20. So let's hope for time's sake that it's the latter, or the former.
All right, so we're in for a treat here.
Yeah. This is actually one of my favorite dungeons, though. The way they introduce you to the boss, I think, is really kind of novel. see. I think there's a key down here. That makes sense. Ah, damn it. Get over there. I think if I go right, then I can go left. How do I go right? There's a door. Well, let's go up. Seems to be the only thing we can do. Okay, so here's the upper left of the 4.
So what's the difference between the blue and red lizards?
Red usually indicates tougher in this game. So I don't know if they just take more hits or if their fire does more damage. I'm pretty sure they both blow fire. Now this thing sucks. I'm just gonna let it hit me. It turns you into the same useless bunny that you turn into if you don't have the moon pearl and try to go to the dark world. And you can't do anything as that bunny. Oh god. Note to self, don't ever pick up pots in this dungeon. Alright, so we'll go this way.
That was a great... Whoa, you can not use bombs on walls like that?
On the ones that are really kind of dilapidated.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I'm always about saving items whenever I can.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a good way of doing it.
Like in RPGs, I used to just never use magic, if at all possible.
yeah, same here. Or like any game that has currency of any sort, or like, you know, when you save up experience points or something. I always, to this day, save so much money and so many experience points, and then the game ends, and it's like, you know, the whole time I've been waiting to save it up for some super sweet weapon or something, and it's like, oh, well, I should have just been buying weapons the whole time.
Yeah, I'm playing Splinter Cell Conviction right now.
Right,
and you get all those experience points from just doing cool stuff. And I'm like, kind of paralyzed, like, which gun should I spend it on? Where should I put it?
Yeah. I actually just finished that game up, and I kind of had a similar experience.
I'll tell you what, I just passed the part where you get to go talk to the secretary. I won't spoil it for people who haven't played
part.
yet.
That was
I was red hot furious. Like, this morning I played it. I was playing that part for at least half an hour.
You're talking about like the checkpoint directly after that, and you have to watch the cutscene every time?
Oh, over and over.
Same thing happened to me. Yep.
I want to strangle that woman.
That scene actually is really sweet, though. So.
The first time you see it, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Well, then I didn't realize what to do after the thing happens, and I just kind of got screwed. I guess it's kind of hard to talk about without totally spoiling it, but yeah, I had to do that part a lot.
Oh my god. And then you have to experiment, but every time, I mean, you die instantly, and then you got to go back, and not only do you have that cutscene you have to watch again, but you have to walk slowly for like 50 feet.
Yeah. It's great.
Oh my god. I could have dealt with the frustration if there wasn't, you know, if we didn't have to watch that and go through all that every single time. Like if it was just like, okay, now.
Yep.
And like, go, and... But maybe that's for a separate Splinter Cell podcast.
I don't know if you noticed, though, but I think this might be one of the shorter run-throughs I've done of this level because I already have the big key, compass, and map. So probably not going to take too long to get through this. I'll knock on wood for that.
Oh yeah, these jelly guys, you have to hit their projectile.
Yep.
Not to their jelly selves.
Yep. So we'll work our way through this. Oh, this sucks. Jesus. Never want to be in a room like this in real life.
No.
Alright, this is clearly dangerous. Alright, do that. Be terrified for a second. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I'm supposed to go up here yet, because there's some stuff in the basement I need to do. I think I know what's going on. I think I'll be alright. Stupid lizards. These things don't show up anywhere but here.
Just that one.
Yeah, I think like I'm gonna go in a hallway to the right here, and I'll see a lizard. But oh, good thing I pulled that. Skull snakes. Normal snakes weren't terrible enough. Let's get some skull snakes in here.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, there's gonna be a few more of those weird lizard guys over here. Just run straight through these guys. And then okay, yep, this is a necessary part here.
They seem more like a pest than a real enemy.
Yeah, I mean, the rats and the bats and the snakes are all kind of in that category. Although, it just took a pretty decent chunk of health away from me.
Holy crap.
So we're going to do a little bit of this business.
Maybe they're Gila monsters.
So what we just did there with the bomb is going to come into play during the boss fight here. And if you remember what creepy glasses nerd guy said earlier, that has everything to do with it.
Doesn't like light.
Yeah. So that's going to come into play real soon. Oh, thought I made it.
Good thing you've got lots of fairies trapped in jars, right?
I got 3, but I want to get my health up, so here we go. I'm just kind of avoiding guys for the sake of time. Oh dear.
That's the thing about Zelda. You never got experience for killing guys.
Oh no.
So what's the real point? Outside of rooms that, the door won't open unless you kill somebody.
Or, if there's a puzzle and you just want to get the nuisances out of the way, like here I need to be lifting blocks, so I might as well just make sure no one's going to be messing around with me. Or, I guess it's necessary for that door. I don't know if it's in my best interest to go left right now, but we'll do it. No. Okay.
Man, I remember how awesome it is when you get the super glove and you can lift those giant things.
Yep. We are going to be getting that in this dungeon.
Also, there's a third class of giant stuff to lift after medium giant.
There's 2. You get the power glove, and then this is the Titan's mitt, I believe.
Okay.
Also, if you notice back there in that room, the only purpose of that room was to, mess with you. Because all it was moving conveyors, enemies, and, 2 big, bumper car things. And no items, no benefit whatsoever to going in there. What a horrible room.
Yeah, that was mean. Yeah, and just, treadmills everywhere.
Yeah.
Just
Who's
all
building
pointing
these?
this. Probably the team from Mario 2.
I love Mario 2. People always talk crap on Mario 2, but I will defend that game.
Well, I mean the Japanese Mario 2.
Oh, the real Mario.
The Devil Mario 2.
Oh god, the Lost Levels Mario 2.
Yes.
Super difficult. Yeah.
I have a buddy that actually beat that entire game when it came out on Wii, and it took months.
Really?
And it's just complete torture at every turn.
You know what? I think that'd be a pretty fun idea for a replay.
Oh,
I think we need to make that happen.
that is a great idea. We will not get very far, but
I'm going to sign up for that. I'm doing that.
There's going to be a lot of us falling into pits and starting over, I think.
Sounds fun. Let's try it. All right, so I picked up this princess who was locked up, and if you notice, she said, please take me outside. Said, thanks for rescuing me, please take me outside. And I'm not going to do that. Basically what happens if you take her outside is she goes, it's too bright, and then, so I'm going to take her someplace else.
Are you going to toss her into a spike pit?
I'm not going to do that. That's all I did in Four Swords Adventures, though, playing that 4-player. Oh, God, we never got anywhere.
You think they could ever do a Four Swords again now with, DS, Wii compatibility, wireless? That's always nice.
That would be a lot nicer than having to buy cables and all that crap, and requiring your friends to own all that, Game Boy Advance and cables and...
Oh my god.
Just nonsense. I don't know a single person who played that game 4-player the way it should be, because, I don't know, were you working here when that came out?
I was not.
I would say, the guys that work here that have been here for a while, they probably, they had the resources here to do it, but as a kid in college, I didn't know 3 guys that all had Game Boy Advances and the cables and everything. Okay, so here's
that would be great if there was an online component.
Oh, yeah. Or even just the DS wireless.
Wow.
So you see here what I bombed above that let the sunlight in. So if I wouldn't have bombed up there, this wouldn't be here. This is basically how you activate the boss.
She would just be standing there and following you around?
Yeah, you'd just be leading the boss around unknowingly.
Oh my god.
See how long I can keep my magic sword here without getting hit. Oh god. Oh Jesus.
That's right, several heads.
That's what you want to see. Oh no. Oh my god. It's going swimmingly so far. Until that. Okay, now we're gonna get up close. So, I got 3 fairies, I'm not sweating it. Oh jeez. Oh my god, cakewalk. Look at that.
Wow, that was not hard at all.
Cakewalk. And I'm not even supposed to be here yet. I skipped the dungeon to come here, so... Alright.
That's cool, you can move it around a little bit if you want.
Yep, you can do some improvising. So, probably won't have time on this segment to really start the next dungeon, so let me, I'm gonna do a little some extra stuff. Try to get a new sword, maybe a bottle before we wrap this one up.
There you go.
We'll mash on A to get through this speech as quickly as possible.
So does Zelda, it's still, they don't really have health bars for bosses. It's always like the color change mechanic, right?
Well, I mean, a lot of games from that era, like you look at like Turtles 2, the arcade game, like you would actually see the blinking, the red blinking, and the frequency would really increase every time you hit him. This didn't have that much of an indicator.
They would just get angrier.
Yeah, like that one, like he would just spawn another head, you know? Stuff like that happened. So yeah, there was never a really blatant method of figuring out how hard a boss was in this, which I kind of like.
You never know, like if you're right, if you got him on the ropes, or if he's still got a long ways to go.
Yep. Now this little mystery confused me for quite a while when I was a kid. First of all, how to get to this guy, but then I had to figure out what to do. He wants to go to his partner, and this little frogman wants to go up here. And it's highly recommended that you do this. Take him right over here. And you're going to go to the light world from here. And he turns into this little, nice little gnome-looking man.
Oh, wow, he follows you.
Yep, you take him right into here. And there's his partner.
Ah!
Yep. And so now you're going to leave, go back, and talk to him. And I'm going to be swordless for a little bit here, but it's going to be very much worth it. Temper my sword. Which option's better? Yeah.
Someone say hi.
10 rupees. I have 895, and I use a sword more than anything else in the game. I think I'll part with my 10 rupees. So now I don't have my sword, and I can just do that little move. I don't know if is that a punch? Wait, can I hit stuff with
See if you can hit a chicken.
I've never tried that. No, it's just like the animation of the sword without actually having a sword. It'd be kind of cool if you just go around just socking chickens in the face.
Yeah, they should have had like one sweet little Easter egg that you could do only without a sword.
Yeah. I think I need to actually leave this screen and come back, and then they'll be ready. They don't make you go too long without it. Can I Pegasus dash? Yeah, I can. Oh, I can knock over bushes with that. And I should have my red sword now, which looks pretty sweet.
Yes. That was worth it.
Yes. It's got this. If you can hear it, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but it's definitely got a little bit of bass behind it.
Nice.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's awesome. And if I go in here, I think it's this house. Actually, wait, there's two little secrets I can do here. Why do I have all this? It's like there's just parts of my head that are devoted to crap like this. I can remember everything, and like, you know, I don't know like traffic rules, like much more applicable rules. I'm gonna hammer all these down. That happens.
Oh wow!
Go right in there, and get one of these guys.
You're almost there. Full
Pretty
piece
well.
of heart.
Yep. And then we're gonna go up here, and it's got this treasure chest that follows you around, and it tells you you can never open this chest. Just take it with you. Good thing I know a hermit dude that lives near the desert that isn't that much of a pessimist about it. And I can't warp there. I think I actually have to walk this weird sliding treasure chest all the way to him. And I can't jump. I can't jump down off things because I'm pretty sure it stays on the ledge above. So we are going to walk it the whole way to him.
And there's ways to skip forward in the video.
No, you know what? I promised in the video that this is going to be unedited. So they're going to watch me walk this treasure chest of this dude. So it's not that far.
The video player can,
yeah, if you don't want to watch this next
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Check in every once in a while if you still see the chest. Keep moving.
I may have oversold how far it is. It's actually right down here. Everyone's just skipped everything now. It's like, oh, screw it. I'm not watching this. No, come back.
So pretty much tossing signs, is that the most powerful weapon in the game?
It's maybe the most fun way to kill guys.
It's a one-hit kill.
We're just throwing rocks right at dude's head.
Except for that guy, I guess he's red.
The red guys, yeah, they're rough. So this little hermit guy.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, here we go. Thanks, bud. You promise not to tell or tell it to everyone.
You ever tried those wacky options?
No, I don't. I love that sign, though.
Yeah.
Like, why would... This is assuming he's always standing there. Alright, so we now have all 4 bottles, and we have a nice new sword. So I'll start making my way towards this next dungeon, and our next segment will pick up there.
And what's that crazy bird? Is that a pelican or a duck?
The one that picked me up there?
Yeah.
I think it looks like a duck. Looks like a duck to me.
Okay. It's a strong duck.
Yep.
Doesn't even have talons to really grab onto you, so...
I don't know how that
works.
works.
Web feet flat. Just kind of pinch your head or something. I don't know.
Really uncomfortable ride. What did he do in Ocarina? He just played a song and just warped? Like some weird... Was it even like a beam of light, or did it just like transition to... Did he play the Bolero of Fire and just show up at the mountain?
Yeah, maybe there was like a pixelation effect or like a blurry screen. Or like
Something
maybe
like
a
that.
Star Wars screen wipe.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just in the new place. I don't know.
That'd be nice. So this is kind of a weird dungeon. It's actually spread out all over the place. I'm actually in the dungeon right now, even though I didn't go into a standard door. You have to go to the overworld quite a bit, then make your way here. So I guess technically this is the start of the dungeon, but probably be a bit better off picking up with the next one, the next segment. So everyone, thanks for watching this segment. Brian, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
And we will pick up later with the 3rd dungeon in the Dark World. Thanks for watching.